give my own intro. Oh. Hi everyone. This is a bit of an impromptu live stream. This is. Make sure that my focus is correct. Yeah, it's a bit of an impromptu live stream. This is because I don't get a chance to look at the comments on my videos that much anymore. But I do every now and then just go in and just make sure that just to get the gist of what people are saying. I can't spend too much on the comments because honestly, they're a bit scary. They really are. Most of them, the majority of them are fantastic, and I really appreciate them all. But yeah, some of them really do. It's not good for your mental health. It really isn't. But I realise with this coronavirus outbreak that there is a large amount of people who think that it's not necessarily a hoax, and not necessarily that the virus is real, but that they think that this is something that has been manufactured and it's a bioweapon that has been used to sort of usher in the new world order. Okay, that's what I want to cover in this sort of live stream, and it's going to be a little bit interactive. It's not going to be a normal video that I do and with any sort of structure to it. I'm just going to have a conversation with these people and just try and explain to people, listen, we're not saying you're wrong, people like me, who are just trying to give you the truth. We're not. We're not saying that it's not a big conspiracy. We're actually just saying something that if you can agree with us, you can agree with me on something, then maybe we can agree on a way forward. If that makes sense. I hope it does. I'm going to try in this stream to explain that. There's not that many people here. So I'm going to jump into it anyway. So, when this video does drop, there isn't a wasted amount of time with no sound. So I'm going to just go to my comment section. Here's the comment section of my channel, and I want to just pick on the comments for let's go for this one because it's about the coronavirus. I've obviously done some videos about Keir Starmer, etc. May I? Why has that changed? Okay. So I want to go down and want to just pick some of the comments because I know that there are going to be comments from people, although this is only one of the recent videos, so there probably won't be many on this, but I'll go back and look at other videos as well. And I know that there's going to be videos of, there's going to be comments of people saying that they disagree with me. So that's what I want to talk about. So sanctions, might is right, US believes. So this is all about the video about the sanctions because of the coronavirus. Let's just see if there's any contrarian views on this video. Contrarian. Don't think on that one. Pick an older video so there's more comments. I only dropped that one a few minutes ago. Find a video with plenty of comments on it. Okay, subservience. Probably would be in one of the live videos actually, won't it? Hey Titch, hey Liam, hey Good Dog, hey Denise. Thanks for joining me. Just going to try and find some comments because I know there's plenty of comments from people who don't believe that what we're being told is true. Hi Robert Hickey, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Technical. See, it's technical. It's a technical problem I was doing wrong. Could always go to Twitter, couldn't I? Putting plenty there. Come on. I've got loads of programs open, so it's taking ages to populate. Anyway, the point I want to try and make is this. There are plenty of people who obviously are saying that this is some sort of bioweapon, that this coronavirus is something that has been inflicted on the planet, and this is all planned. And to those people, I will say this. I don't necessarily disagree with you. And here's the thing. I keep seeing people in my mentions and in my comment sections who are basically saying they don't agree with me, and you know I'm wrong on this. Here's the thing. If it is a bioweapon, who perpetrated it? Who's responsible? And to that joke, I usually then follow it up with a joke. You're going to say it's the Jews, don't you? You're going to say, no. The point I'm trying to make is, who do you think's responsible? So there's no way that you can know that. All you can do is suspect. And pretty much the only person on the planet who we could find out from is currently locked in Belmarsh prison. So that's out. So you're never going to find out who is responsible. You may have your suspicions, and you may have lots of evidence that points towards one person or another. And of that, I will look at. And I will look at it. You know, I've asked questions about Agenda 201 and, you know, Project 2030. I have seen stuff, and I'm looking into it. I'm not deaf to it all. Like I say, I'm just here to try and get you the truth. But if it is a bioweapon, I don't think there's anybody out there who is saying that this isn't a virus at all. What they're saying is it's a bioweapon and we're overreacting to it to sort of usher in this, whatever the next phase is. To those people, I'll say this. It is something I think we can agree that if we all keep going out and moving around, we are going to overwhelm the hospitals to the point where probably members of your family and mine, maybe, will die. And I don't want that to happen. And that's what the scientists and the professionals are saying. You know, are they all paid off by the deep state? Are they? Are they all paid off by these people who've perpetrated this bioweapon? All of them? You know? So this is obviously something that is overwhelming the health service right now. And yes, it's something that we could have prepared for. We should have prepared for. We have been told for a long, long time that these diseases are going to get more prevalent as the years go by, and especially with climate change. And to those people who say that climate change isn't happening, you're wrong. And you will drown if you continue thinking that way. Climate change is real. Now, whether man has an effect on it, we could argue about that. But it's real. So it's overwhelming the hospital. So we have to do what we're doing right now. We sort of have to overreact. And we're in a period right now where we could make serious demands. As a people, we really could. So don't look a gift horse in the mouth, you know? That's what I will say to people. And don't spend your time arguing with me that it's a bioweapon, because I'm not arguing with you that it is or it isn't. You know, people keep saying I'm wrong in the chat. He's wrong. It's a bioweapon. I'm not saying it's not. Does that make sense? But what I'm saying to you is, how does my outlook, in that this is something that that is serious. This is something we need to take serious. We're in a period of time where if we don't change our ways, there is either going to be a massive war, a world war, America is sending warships to Venezuela, as I reported last night. They have put basically a bounty on Maduro's head of $15 million. You know, if that's basically saying to every person in Venezuela, if you kidnap Maduro and bring him to me, I'll give you personally $15 million. We're either going to end up in a world war unless things change, or we're going to probably be extinct through climate change. So we have to plan for the future. So whether it is a bioweapon, as you are asserting so certain about it in the comment sections that I see, how does that change what we should do going forward? I'm still with you that I'm still saying they're going to take your rights away. I have been on record saying over and over in my videos, they're going to take your rights away. So we're not in disagreement there. So why is it people keep disagreeing with me about this? I don't quite get it. And I see it on Twitter all the time with people that I really respect. People right now like Patrick Henningsen and how is what you're saying going to help going forward? It's not. All you're doing is muddying the waters and having an argument. It's not helping. I really care about people. It's a weakness. I think each life on this planet is equal. I won't even kill a fly. If we don't start treating each other equally and understanding that we all have an equal responsibility in this, we're going to go away. We're going to go bye-bye. We really are. Because sooner or later, a disease will come along that's probably right now buried in some fucking ice cap somewhere. Some disease will come along that is as infectious as the coronavirus, but it has a 40% mortality rate. And it might be a virus that we actually could have protected ourselves against had we invested our time and energy in researching this shit and putting it towards science instead of putting it towards battleships and fucking F-35s. I mean, F-35s, have you seen this plane? Who do they think they're going to fight? Who? The Borg? But that's where all the money's going. It could have gone into research. It could have gone into face masks in preparation for this sort of thing, like the scientists were saying years ago, but it didn't. Why? Because the people making the decisions right now haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing at best, and at worst, don't give a flying fuck about you. We're sitting in the middle of a political system that, quite frankly, is a joke to call a democracy. I've got people on Twitter right now saying, oh, stop in the Labour Party, we can fight, we can win. Are you kidding me? I've just seen in the last 4 years your own MPs actively block you at every turn, to the point where you hate the most socialist leader ever, some people do. And the most selfless leader ever. And people hate him now because they feel like he threw them down the river. This is our political system. Are you kidding me? I don't want to live in a world like that. We've got to do better than that. The politicians actually stop in the way of progress. We have to demand something better. And right now, as much as you might think that this is a biological weapon, either way, I'm happy for it to come along. Bring it. I want to get in this fight. I want to demand things. I want to use this as an opportunity to actually say, hey, you could have fucking stopped this shit and now grandma's dead. Instead of investing in this stuff. What have they done? They've tried to sell the NHS off piece by piece to private equity and keep their whole fucking Ponzi scheme going. You just know that that's what America want. There's a third trade deal that they're after. You know that they're trying to suck the life out of the NHS. Why? Because it's more money to go in the Ponzi scheme. We could change. We could actually use this as a jumping off point to move forward. And I don't see how the contrarians out there and saying that I'm wrong, and saying, I don't know why they're having a go at me, saying, yeah, this guy's wrong. It's propaganda. What? Proper what? I'm not the fucking BBC. That's propaganda. Did I make a big deal about Prince Charles getting COVID-19? Did I do a video on that? No. I don't deal in propaganda. That's why. And I feel as if people are spending so much time right now, especially on social media, arguing people and talking past. They're talking past people that actually they're in agreement with. Because they're raging, and I get it. It's really frustrating. I've been doing it live for 2 years. It can send you fucking insane. But we have to learn to actually stop and go, oh, wait, there's a real opportunity here for us all to start demanding things, to start demanding that our NHS workers actually are paid a living wage and our nurses are actually given what they need with regards to PPE. And there's research actually going into this, into the viruses to make sure that if this sort of shit happens again, that we do not face the sort of crushing authoritarianism that we've faced. Let's face it. The British public, I would say, to a person almost, have been extremely pliant through all of this. They're making a bigger deal out of these people who are violating this social distancing. For what I've seen, everybody has been brilliant. If it is a bioweapon, first of all, why didn't it kill more people? Who, you're never going to find that out, ever. There's people right now who are saying the Spanish flu was a bioweapon. I guarantee you. We don't even know where the Spanish flu originated. The only reason that we know it's called the Spanish flu is because the Spanish flu just had a media that reported on it. Because one of their royals, I think, died from it. That's the only reason. It was in many places before that. People who are saying that this is a Chinese virus, they don't even know whether it came from China yet. The jury is not out on that. Not out by a long way. But what we do know is that doesn't change anything going forward. It's a real opportunity. And I think people are looking a gift horse in the mouth and I think people are demanding the wrong things. Why are you arguing that it's a bioweapon? This is honestly the question I want to ask in this stream. And I'm hoping that people will listen to what I've said and stop and think before they start raging next time on Twitter or in my comment section. I'm just trying to give you the news here. I'm just trying to give you the truth. I'm just trying to give you good advice. That's all. I'm an honest actor in all this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I did it for the honest reasons, and you will be able to see how I got it wrong and why. But only time will tell on that. And I'm not necessarily in disagreement with you either. All right. So here, have a look at some of these comments. God, there's loads of comments on that Keir Starmer video, man. Okay. Here's one. Here's one I replied to. So Mick B, thanks for your comment, Mick. Okay? Thanks for your comment. He said, I don't agree with Gordon on the virus. I do agree on the sanctions to drop. This is a good comment. This is what I mean. I made a call for all sanctions to drop worldwide. And he said, I don't agree with you on the virus. This is the thing. Why? What don't you agree with me on the virus? You know? I said, think about how you disagree with me. And he said, it's because so much is unclear about the virus. Okay, while it's supposed to be so serious, things feel very wrong. I never trusted any government around the world because of the money debt system we're living. Now we're getting somewhere. Now I'm actually agreeing with him. So now he knows, Mick, I'm not actually in disagreement with you. You're not in disagreement with me. Not so far, anyway. Let's read all this. Things feel very wrong. I never trusted any government around the world because of the money debt system we're living. True that, I'm with you in that. So why should I or anybody put trust on the virus pandemic now? Scientists this and that. They work for the government, and why should they not get paid to lie, just like all politicians and everything that shows up on TV? I think you have a great soul and your intentions are good. Thanks for your reply. Have a great day. Okay, Mick, thanks very much, mate. Thank you very much. Now, that's basically the thing. That's what I'm saying to him here. That's basically the thing. That was good English, wasn't it? I don't agree with Gordon on the virus. The thing is, how don't you agree with me? You do agree with me that hospitals are reporting that this is serious and the NHS is deeply, deeply in the shit. You do agree with me that they are planning for people to not have any food. I've gone up there and I've seen it myself. You do agree with me that they are planning to have mobile test centres. There was one that opened and closed very close to me, and now they've opened another one for profit as well, which really sucks. Here comes capitalism. So you don't actually disagree with me. You only disagree with, whether you think it's more serious. Well, you think they've lied to you. Okay. I agree. They've lied to you so often in the past. You are right to be suspicious of everything that they say, because that's my jumping off point. So we don't actually disagree there. We don't disagree on the virus either. I'm just reporting what I see. You've seen that I've gone out and I've checked these places, and I went on a train ride the other day, and they're really taking it serious. Hardly anybody is on the train. So everybody in the UK is on lockdown. There are old folks' homes where there has been an outbreak where multiple people at that old folks' home have died as a result. Now, there are arguments, yeah, but how many would have died? How many would have died anyway had they not contracted COVID? I saw actually something on Twitter earlier. A guy was saying that he knew two people who died. One was on the way to the hospital and died of a heart attack, and one had an underlying health issue and died at home. Both had died in hospital. Both had COVID-19, but they were showing no symptoms of it, none at all. But that's what they put down on the death certificate. Now, if that's happening, it's very worrying, because that is obviously inflating the figures. So and also obviously the testing is very sporadic, and I have pointed out that they're doing it for propaganda purposes. Obviously, if you're famous, you're going to get tested. If you're a nurse, yeah, you're not. But they are stressed at the hospitals already. Are we in agreement on that? So, let's take it a step further. I like doing this every now and then within my mind, going on thought experiments. You're sort of seeing a window into how my mind works here. And I'm sorry if I'm babbling and stammering, but I did say this would be a different kind of video. Let's say you're right. Let's say Peter Hitchens, what he's, I think, or implying, or rather trying to get, certainly what I infer from what he's been saying is that they're overblowing the mortality rate to keep us under wraps because they're doing something. I don't necessarily disagree with that. That's the thing, I don't. They could be doing that. But either way, it's a really good opportunity right now. We have all the power, the people do. And the people have been thrown overboard for 40 fucking years by a system. A system. Not a political party. It's not the Tories' fault. It's not Labour's fault. It's the system. So let's demand they change the fucking system then. But change it in a way that is not a surreptitious way of taking rights away. Let's do it actually in a democratic way, a truly democratic way. We're going to be here by the look of it for months. Let's have a talk. Let's have a chat. Let's have a national conversation about it. Let's actually, I keep talking about, I want to do that video on wisdom of the crowd. Because honestly, I think if you get 100 people to just research something, at the end of it, those 100 people will come up with pretty much the correct assumption or the correct course of action to take on any subject. And you know what? I keep saying this. Everybody's jobs are going away. All those transport jobs, they're going away. You've already seen. I mean, we're going to be facing 30% unemployment after this. They're certainly saying that in America. I'm not sure about over here, but it could be. Could be as much as 30% unemployment. You've seen right now, over, let's face it, the last couple of weeks, just how unimportant most jobs are. The majority of people are at home, and I'm not short of anything. It probably hasn't affected too many people's lives that much. Sorry, let's rephrase that. There are plenty of people whose lives will not have changed dramatically in the last 2 weeks. Think about that. Just think about it. There'll be millions of people who are sitting at home thinking, I don't know why everybody's complaining about this. This is lovely. There's no smog. You can breathe when you go outside. Yeah. So what I'm saying is there are advantages. There are many people right now who this is not an inconvenience for. This is just the way they live their lives. But you're seeing that there are millions of people right now whose jobs have been proven irrelevant. And it's not like, they didn't know it. Christ, I had plenty of jobs and most of them were totally irrelevant and I was not needed at all. Wasn't at all. And as we progress as a civilization, technology will advance and more jobs will go as a result. This is inevitable. What are you going to do with those people? There's 65 million people in this little island. We have to really, really think about the future here. And we can't get caught up in arguments about this or that. We just need to look at the situation and say, right, okay, this is the situation, fine. Let's start demanding shit. And let's stop, please, trying to shepherd people back into the Labour Party. Honestly, Jackie Walker on Twitter got it right. The Labour Party just elected a coherent Joe Biden. Okay, let's, Spanish flu started in the USA, says Good Dog. Wrong. Nobody knows, mate. You're making an assertion there. You should put, I think Spanish flu started in the USA. Because there's no way that you can prove that. Some people say that there are many reports saying that the Spanish flu started actually in an English field hospital in France. Many reports. There's also many reports stating that it actually came out of Japan. There's also reports that it came out of, I think it was a fort in Kansas. I think that's what you're talking about. But there are 4 or 5 different places it could have come from. One thing's for certain, though. It didn't fucking start in Spain. That's the accurate way to say that, good dog. Love you, man. If you're looking for a good read, says Nicky M, try Bullshit Jobs by David Graeber. Yeah, I've got it, Nicky. I actually, it was, I've got an Audible subscription, I know, on Amazon. People will say, Gordon, capitalism, you're meant to be an anti-capitalist and you love Amazon, you're such a traitor. Listen, my stance on Amazon is the same as it always has been. It's wonderful, it's great, we need more of it, and it'll be wonderful when the people own it. That's what I think. Because we don't need Jeff Bezos. If you're looking for a good read, try Bullshit Jobs by David Graeber. Yes, I agree. I've got my Audible subscription. I bought it, I think, a couple of months ago. I haven't got around to reading it yet. The reason I bought it is because I read Debt, The First 5,000 Years by David Graeber. And let me tell you, that is the hardest going, the hardest going read. That's really doing it an injustice because it's a brilliant book. But you really have to pay attention to that guy. He's incredible. He's incredible. And he talks about things in such a way that you have to sort of go back and read almost to get all the nuances that he's giving you in any one given sentence. But he'll talk to you about, the monetary system and how it's basically bullshit. It's bullshit. The Bank of England was started because the king wanted a war and couldn't afford it. So 40 rich guys got together and gave him a loan of 1.4 million, I think it was. And that's the way the Bank of England started. And that paper you've got, it's debt. It's worthless. Debt. It's part of the Ponzi scheme. Go and read the book. It's fantastic. Yeah, there was a Hong Kong flu in 1969 that killed 4 million people. No one mentioning that. Good point, Mario. There was also another one, wasn't there, was it 48, I want to say, as well? I think there was another one as well. Just before that. They come along every now and then. We know they're inevitable. They're inevitable. But the thing is, we can protect against them. We really can. We have the technology. We have... there's nothing stopping us protecting humanity against this. Nothing. The reason we haven't got it right now is because the political systems are a sham and neoliberalism has threw us all overboard for the last 40 years. That's why. Okay. I don't want to rattle on too long in this video. I've been live for 33 minutes now. That's enough. Hopefully, I hope I've put across how I feel on this. And I hope less people are going to be screaming at me that they disagree with me on it. I don't necessarily disagree with you. Let's have a conversation. But let's accept the situation for what it is right now. And let's face it, it's a bloody good opportunity. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't. It's a really good opportunity for us all to come together and demand something. It's actually a good opportunity if you think about it, you Corbynistas out there who are really disappointed about what's happening in the Labour Party recently, or even the people who say, no, come on, stay in. And it's also a great opportunity. It's for us all to actually demand stuff and actually have a conversation and say, hold on a minute, we want this. The majority of us want this. You can give it us. You've proven you can give it us. Why don't you? To keep their Ponzi scheme alive. Demand that we have a different thing going forward. And demand that our workers get paid. These people are out there right now. And if, what they're saying is true and this virus is killing all these people and, it's deadly, as deadly as they're saying it is, These people are out there putting their lives at risk, and they are the people that, 40 years of neoliberalism have fucked them over. These nurses and doctors as well. I think there's an opportunity to actually demand things here. And stop complaining about things and start demanding things. People say I'm a dreamer though. However, I'm not the only one. Thanks very much, everybody. Oh. I've just looked at the like to dislike ratio. Yeah. I guess this one didn't go across as well as I thought it was going to, eh? Tell you guys, I'm just trying to be an honest actor here. I'm just trying to get to the truth of things. And I'm telling you, this is a really, really good opportunity for us all to start demanding that we are heard, and start demanding that the working class and the unemployed and the homeless and the banker and the prime minister and the celebrity, all of them, every one of us, are treated the same. Because at the moment we're not. We don't have a judicial system that treats us all the same either. Can any of you disagree with me on that? There's got to be a better way of going forward. The only people that are stopping us right now from grabbing it are the very people right now who are trying to grab all the power for themselves. The same people who have been fucking you over all of your life. Thanks very much, everybody. I'll see you soon.